What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Surfside PPC YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be going over negative keywords and a little bit about negative keyword research. So basically how to find the best negative keywords that you can possibly find. So we have a few different slides that we'll go throughout this video, but I want to get it started right in my Google Ads account. So I created a Performance Max campaign really as a test. I really just want to see, let's just see what happens. There's not a big enough budget behind this. I don't expect this to actually drive me much of anything, but I created asset groups for Google Ads Management, Google Ads Free Training, Google Ads Course, and then Google Ads for Tree Services. So just kind of a test to see, can I actually get granular with a PMax campaign and actually target, tree service companies that are potentially looking for advertising services. So if we go to my search terms and we go all-time search terms, and we look at what has driven the most clicks for me. Mind you, I've let this run for the most part. Most of my conversions are just coming in through my brand name anyway, and conversion rate is pretty strong there. So kind of what you see with Google Ads when you launch with a smaller budget and you're not really spending enough to go after Google Ads Management and Google Ads Agency keywords, which truthfully I'm not. So I don't really expect this to target the best possible keywords. When I'm looking for negative keywords, the main thing I'm doing right when I launch, so you could do this on a daily basis. I could look at yesterday and say, let's go to campaigns, let's go to search terms, and let's just see, what am I showing up for? So this one here, Bloomberg Digital, I want to get rid of this. The best way to get rid of this so it never shows up in my account again is add it as a negative keyword, put it on my negative keyword list. We will go over this. I have this set to the account level, and I just put Bloomberg right there as a broad match negative keyword. Any search that contains the word Bloomberg will now be out of my entire account. So this is really the best way to get rid of these low quality search terms like free, reviews, template, how to, what is. People that are asking questions or looking for free resources, you want to get immediately out of your campaign. So at the account level, immediately I can add Bloomberg to it. The other option is adding this directly to a campaign and saying, okay, let's get rid of this from the campaign. And the other thing that you can do is different keyword match types. So let's just click cancel here really quick, and we'll come back over and just say, okay, these were let's go last 7 days. So we'll go last 7 days and we're looking at my clicks and my impressions. And these are the things that are coming up. Now, I don't want to show up for PMax. I don't want to show up for Keyword Tool. I don't want to show up for ads, Dart search budget. I don't want to show up for Bloomberg. I don't want to show up for best size. I don't want to show up for specs. I don't want to show up for size, free updates. So if we go to negative keyword, go to our negative keyword list at the account level. PMax, I would want to add this as an exact match negative. I don't want to get rid of PMax like this because there might be somebody out there who is searching for PMax Google Ads agencies that know how to run Performance Max campaigns. So there's a chance people include a search like this in a relevant search. So if I exclude it as a broad match negative keyword, in the example of a tree service, they can't get rid of tree, they can't get rid of service, they can't get rid of removal or trimming or pruning or stump grinding or any of these other words. You can't get rid of stump because then it's going to remove it from your entire account. But you can get rid of the exact match version of PMax so that when somebody types in PMax, my ads don't show up and I don't get charged for really an irrelevant click. Because even if Google sends them to my Performance Max page, the chances of them turning into anything for me is just really slim. I would rather target people that are searching for actual services or searching for free training or something along those lines. Now, the other thing is keyword tool. I'm not selling a keyword tool. I have resources on my website about the best keyword tools. I don't really want to target it. So that's something I'm going to get rid of. I'm going to do this as an exact match negative. I could probably theoretically do this as a broad match negative keyword tool. But for right now, I think exact match makes enough sense, and I shouldn't really show up for too many long tail variations. This is a campaign I'm definitely going to stop. I basically did it to do this example, but Dart search, this would be a broad match negative. Now, if it's a one word negative keyword, let's just say, for example, we're putting in Bloomberg in there, that's either going to be broad match, or if you do phrase match, they operate the same exact way. It's just going to remove that word. So really the main reasons you use the different match types for Performance Max is the example of if somebody, you're working with an auto repair company and the auto repair company is getting things in there for tire shop near me. Then what you might want to do is say, let's get rid of the phrase match of tire shop because we're not a tire shop. We repair tires, we install tires, but we're not necessarily a place where you come and shop for tires. Now, there are people that will search tire shop near me. that ultimately need their tires replaced. But if you're searching tire shop, there's more of an intent behind, I want to go to an actual store where I can view different types of tires. Unless that's really your specialty as an auto repair mechanic, then you want to get rid of tire shop as an exact match negative keyword. If you do it as a broad match negative keyword, tire shop like this, then essentially what that could potentially get rid of is if somebody goes, tire truck shop, something like that, the broad match will get rid of this. The phrase match will not, because the truck breaks up the phrase. Broad match just picks the 2 words that you put in there. And if those 2 words appear anywhere in the search query, then that keyword will be removed altogether. So let's get into our presentation. I think the best practice to look for is basically when you're going through your search terms. And if I do like last 30 days of search terms, we'll click on cancel here. Last 30 days, the way my general process is to go impressions, and then I'm just going to go right down the list. Google Marketing Live 2026, no. Digital Marketing in USA, I know this is on Search Partners, so I know it's not a good search term, so we're going to get rid of that. Digital marketing tutorial for beginners. Now, if my intent is to get people in to sign up for my email list so that eventually I can sell something to them, that's potential, but all of these are really just bad searches. So I'm going to pause it basically as the video ends. But if you come down here, basically you're looking for anything in here. It's like digital marketing services in USA. Not the greatest thing, but we'll take it. West Palm Beach PPC, that works. Truthfully, that's a good search term. I'm not located in West Palm Beach, but I do have a page on my website that says I am. So those are the types of things that you want to target. The rest of these are pretty low quality options. Fort Lauderdale Marketing Agency, SEO, these are all pretty good. But ultimately, if I'm really targeting it, it's these are pretty bad searches. So over time, I could probably really clean this up and make it geared towards driving me more actual leads. And the goal is to get good conversion data in your account. And what you'll find is your search terms naturally improve themselves, but there is a lot of efforts on your parts to make it actually work, and a lot of effort to make sure that you're running a campaign that's not just going after 30% of the market and going after 100% of the market. So negative keyword research, why negatives matter. The best way to optimize your Google Ads search campaign is negative keywords. So block wasted clicks. They get rid of all the junk that comes in with Google. Google has Performance Max, which goes on search. They have AI Max, which basically expands your search to broad match keywords and ultra broad match keywords. So when you're getting these searches in, the best way to get rid of things immediately is broad match negatives for like a 1-word negative. I don't want anybody looking up reviews. I don't want people looking up Reddit. I don't want people looking up how to. I want people that are searching for the exact service they want. Somebody who is a hardwood floor installer, you want to target the keyword hardwood floor installer near me. If you don't sell actual hardwood floor or the lumber, then when people are actually searching things like hardwood store near me, you need to get rid of those things like store, where to buy hardwood. Those are the types of things you're like, nope, we don't want people that are purchasing hardwood floors. We want people that are looking for installation, and we can handle the rest. If you go into any medical account right now, basically any medical account, Google Ads account ever, and they're targeting anything besides exact match keywords, you're going to see competitors in there. You're going to see doctor names in there. You're going to see all sorts of things in there that are just completely irrelevant. And the best way to get rid of those is negative keywords. When you have Dr. Smith showing up, basically you can just go in there and say, let's just get rid of Smith. You can get rid of the DR as a broad match negative keyword, and it will block out a lot of junk. If you want to target your brand, then just do it at the campaign level, have a separate campaign that does target your brand. So really the best way to get rid of some of these things is just understanding how negative keyword match types work. But you'll see this, an ad for leather boots can trigger on how to clean leather boots. So the best thing to do is add clean as a negative broad match keyword, add how to as a negative phrase match keyword or negative broad match keyword. And then negative exact match I use a lot more for like the example of PMax or ads. Those are things where it's like, okay, this is a 1-word search. There's no intent behind it. The most important thing with negatives is understanding keyword search intent behind what people are actually searching. So if we click on next here, the searches that waste budget. So free DIY, how to make template, researchers, not buyers, jobs, salary, careers, used, anything that's where people are looking for something cheap or a template or anything like that, get rid of all of it. And you don't want to target keywords like, cheap Google Ads agency near me, because what's going to end up happening is your actual search terms that come in will reflect it. It will be people being like, who runs ads for free? And it's like, nobody. So the searches that waste budget are ultimately the one that you want to get rid of. So premium brand blocks cheap and discount, so does not pay for bargain hunters who never convert. So let's go to next and let's build our list before our launch. So very easy to come up with an initial negative keyword list. Basically, I have a starter list that I apply to most of my campaigns, and then it's very easy now, especially with AI tools, to say, can you give me an initial negative keyword list that I can add to my campaign for my particular client? You can enter the URL. You can use multiple AI tools. You can go to Gemini, you can go to ChatGPT, you can go to Claude, you can use whichever ones you want. And ultimately what they're going to do is they're going to get rid of a lot of the irrelevant searches that come in right away. I know from running enough tree service accounts that the very first thing that's going to pop in is tree removal for seniors, which an understandable keyword, not something you want to pay for. So there's keywords that you're like, okay, we don't want to pay for this because the intent behind it is we really don't want to pay for tree services, or we have a limited budget and we're just not going to be able to pay you what it's going to cost for the job to be done for you to be profitable. So building an initial negative keyword list before you launch your campaign, I always believe in having campaign level negative keyword lists and then account level negative keyword lists. And you can also, within your account, when you're going through it, go to the admin section, account settings. Now you don't have to do this. I'll show you how to add them to the account level, but there's negative keywords here and you can add up to 1,000 negative keywords directly to the account level. So you could really start with 1,000 negative keywords and it would get rid of a lot of the junk that ends up coming in. So that's kind of the way that I look at it. If you go to Claude, anything, add immediately, universal junk traffic, DIY informational, free, cheap shoppers, parts and supply, reputation legal, review before adding. This was specifically for a plumbing client. So here's a solid foundational negative keyword list. And we just go, can you give me one copy and paste list? And then now we will have a copy and paste negative keyword list to start with. What I do is I take my existing search terms that I'm getting. So I can go back into my campaign over here, go to my search terms, basically take my last 30 days, what's driving the most impressions. I will literally copy this entire thing, go to 500, and we take a here and we search for it. And basically the main thing you have to give context to when it comes to Claude or anything that you're using is, here is what I'm trying to drive. Can you get rid of people that aren't searching for this? So apprenticeship, journeyman, trade school, plumbing school. So there are a lot of good negative keywords here that will get rid of a lot of the junk that end up coming in. People searching for parts, people looking for all sorts of things that just aren't coming in. So this is number one, just start with a negative keyword list. It's really going to help your campaign long term. Next is basically just what I just said. Go through the search terms report, do it manually. I do it manually. I also use AI to help me, especially when I'm running PMax and spending a lot of money because there are a lot of search terms that come in. So it's not something where, at the end of the month, I might have one client that has 5,000 search terms that triggered for that month. I am not going to look at every single 5,000 of those search terms. I am going to look at, how can I systematically remove some of these using broad match negatives, using, understanding what's coming in. You're going to get a lot of one impression searches, and it's like, you don't really need to focus that much on it. So the number one thing to me is go to the search terms report at least once a week, filter by impressions, what's driving the most impressions, and it will help you get rid of so much junk that comes in your account, whether it's competitive, whether it's low quality searches. Just mine the search terms report, look by impressions, review it weekly, get rid of the junk. So negative match types, broad, blocks searches containing all of your words in any order. Phrase, block searches with your words in the same order. Exact, the exact search. So these are really the only keywords that operate the same way they were supposed to. This is how Google positive match types used to work, but negative match types actually work in the way that they say. Positive match types do not. I wouldn't be surprised if Google ends up switching match types eventually and just kind of offering different wording for it, or offering different options as far as, do you want to go after things? Do you want to? So it'd be interesting to see the way that Google handles positive keywords, because the match types have become so kind of out of left field and they're not really as accurate as they used to be. Let's finish this video off with negative lists. So shared lists you can apply literally at your manager account. You can say, here is at my manager account level, I have a set of, these are the keywords we never want to show up for. I do have those. Once an account comes into my manager account, I can apply that to their campaigns immediately. You just still have to apply it every time a new account comes in. But ultimately what you're trying to do is get rid of these things that are just junk. Tutorial or things I don't really want to target. Of course, I haven't really gotten rid of it yet, but I'm not really running this campaign with any expectation other than just to get some data in there and see what happens essentially. But negative keyword lists, you can also do the account level. The easy way to do an account level negative keyword list, let's come over here and we'll finish off this video with a shared library exclusion lists. And within here, we have our negative keyword lists. Again, you can add these at your manager account level. This is not in a manager account, so I don't have an example right now, but I have an account level negative keyword list. I click on it. The main thing that makes an account level negative keyword list is you have to apply it to campaigns, which I have not applied it to all of mine, but apply it to every campaign. Once you do that and just make sure any new campaign you have gets this added, you'll see all the junk that came in when I tried to go after actual tree services. I got a bunch of people searching for tree services instead of people searching for tree service marketing. So just kind of the nature of Performance Max and how they work and why a lot of people don't like them. But account level negative keyword list is one option. Click on the plus sign and you can enter, paste negative keywords here. This is something I rely on Claude a lot for. So just, taking these, coming back over, copy and paste and save. So really that simple to add a ton of negative keywords. There is not a limit for what you can add. There's the main thing you need to keep in mind is you don't want to get rid of things that could potentially be good searches for you. I've seen, especially with the AI tools, I do review the ones that they give me because there are times where, they'll put management in there. And I'm like, I'm targeting Google Ads management. We can't get rid of management. But within tools and exclusion lists, you can create as many of these as you want. At least I've never ran into a limit and I have some accounts with a lot of them. Click on the plus sign. You can do things like competitors, and search your local competitors. If you know a list of your local competitors, use your search terms to say, let's get rid of all of our competitors from this. The other thing that you can do in here is just say, if you're medical practice, doctor names, competing practices, maybe one word names that don't apply to your practice. So if you go, Matt, Dan, Jen, some of the main names that people have, it's just, you'll see those in your search terms. It's just, I've seen it 100 times and it's one of those where you want to get rid of them as quickly as possible and then just apply those negative keywords directly to whichever campaigns they apply within your actual campaigns themselves. So let's just say we're looking at an actual search campaign. So if I have this commercial pest control and I say, okay, my ad group here is commercial pest control. I go into my search terms and I say, we're going to go all time. I haven't ran this in a while. And we have home pest control near me, the opposite of commercial pest control. I can come in here and say add as a negative keyword to the ad group level. I could say for commercial, I don't want the word home in there. Home is one that we can get rid of just like that. And then also we could do the exact match negative. We could also do the exact match negative for pest control near me. Because if we're in commercial, we want it to be geared towards commercial for business, people searching for their specific business. So this, as long as I have another ad group that's like pest control near me, pest control, in this example, it was Myrtle Beach. So pest control, Myrtle Beach. Essentially, as long as I have all of those different examples, then it becomes a lot easier for me to make sure that my keywords aren't crossing ad groups. This is not as big of an issue as it used to be with AI, in Google Ads. They're much smarter with keyword targeting, ads, landing pages, showing the right thing to the right person. But ultimately, you can add them to the ad group level. You can add them to the campaign level. So if there are campaigns where, a med spa and you're doing cool sculpting in one campaign and you're doing something related to weight loss in another campaign, you can say, let's make sure that cool sculpting doesn't go after people searching for weight loss and weight loss doesn't go after people searching for cool sculpting. Let's keep them separate. Let's make sure people are searching for something related to weight loss. We go after that. Cool sculpting, we go after that. So we give them a good experience because you could have crossover with things that kind of fall in line with the same things. But ultimately with negative keywords, it's about going through your search terms report, understanding the search term behind it. So even like these ones are all exact match. So they're pretty good examples of search terms, but even like pest control is one where you're like, all right, we'll leave it. But there are searches that come in here where you're like, okay, no, these ones are all fine. I would not exclude any of these. If we go to, let's just say, Performance Max, I basically ran a little bit because of this video. But if we scroll down and just look at our impressions, it's like meta display. There's no intent behind that. How to use Google Keyword Planner for SEO, no intent. How to promote your product for free, no intent. So you're really looking for things that have some level of intent behind them. PPC advertising agency, there's intent. PPC services, I don't know why I excluded that. Probably just, this did have a conversion too, but PPC services, there's intent behind that as well. Like Rank and Rent 2026 is people are searching for, how do we rank and rent today? Which much harder than it was 3, 4, 5, 6 years ago when the concept was first getting really popularized. But this is essentially negative keyword lists, going through here, just kind of the main things that we focus on is negatives matter because they exclude the searches that waste your budget and, build negative keyword lists, apply them to different campaigns or apply them to the entire account. You can have I have negative keyword lists in accounts that have 10,000 plus keywords in them, just long-term clients. We add negative keywords. We just keep on adding things. Stay consistent with that search terms report and then just understand negative match types. There is a good thing in Google where they will tell you if your negatives are blocking positive keywords. So it's always good. I've had moments where I've added negatives that are blocking good keywords. If you ever see that, just always double check that. It comes in the recommendations tab, one of the few things that are helpful in there. But this will be negative keyword research in Google Ads. If you have any questions about anything, please leave them in the comments. Thank you for watching my video today, and make sure you subscribe to the Surfside PPC YouTube channel.